Hi guys, it's Becca, and today I'm going to be doing my October wrap-up and my November TBR. The first book that I read in October was Rook by Sharon Cameron. I actually started this book in August, and it took me all of September and beginning of October to actually finish reading it. Even though I really liked this book, I gave it a 5 out of 5 on Goodreads. I don't know why it took me so long to read. I just wasn't in a reading mood, so it took me even longer than normal to finish reading this book, but it was really good. I really enjoyed it. The next and only other full-length book I read in October was Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. I have been putting off reading this book for such a long time. I put it off when the first movie came out, and I just couldn't put it off anymore because the second one's coming out and I really needed to know what happened in the book before it came out. So I read this one. I gave Mockingjay a 5 out of 5 as well, though it's more like a 4.5 out of 5. Next we're gonna get into the graphic novels. The first graphic novel that I read was Anya's Ghost by Vera Brosgol, and I really loved this. I thought it was beautifully done. The story was amazing. It took a little while to kind of pick up what was gonna happen. Like, I wasn't really sure where the story was going for the first like 60 pages, but once it picked up, it really picked up. I gave Anya's Ghost a 4 out of 5. The next graphic novel that I decided to read was Witches by Scott Snyder. I absolutely loved this book. Anya's Ghost, like I said, was a little difficult to get through the first couple pages because I didn't really know where it was going. This book starts off with a bang and keeps on banging. It was really amazing and so much fun to read through, even though it was creepy and scary, and I didn't really want to be reading it because I was just kind of creeped out by the whole thing, but I really enjoyed reading this book. It definitely put me in the mood for Halloween. It goes without saying that I gave Witches a 5 out of 5 on Goodreads. And the last graphic novel that I finished reading in the month of October is Death Note Black Edition Volume 2. It was really amazing. It was just as good as the first volume, if not better, and I really cannot wait to read the next one because it's just getting so intense and I need to know where it's going. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Now, I managed to get through a lot more in October than I actually thought I would because I've got school and work, and I'm actually a very slow reader, so forgive me, but my November TBR isn't really all that stacked. It's kind of a weird month for me because I've got exams coming up and plus Thanksgiving's this month, so I only have a couple books on my November TBR. The first of which is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I've actually already read this book and already reread this book. I just finished it last night at around 2 a.m. and I regret nothing, but I absolutely adore this book. This is the second copy of the book that I have, and I love this version of the book because it's got these beautiful pictures of moments from the story in it on the cover, and it's just so beautiful. Needless to say, I gave this a 5 out of 5 the first time I read it and a 5 out of 5 the second time. I actually decided to buy my second copy of that book when Rainbow Rowell came out with Carry On. So if you don't know, Carry On is based on the fan fiction that the character Kath was writing in Fangirl, and the whole time I was reading that, all I wanted to know was more about these characters and more about this fan fiction that Kath was writing. So I'm really excited to get to know Simon and Baz and all the other characters that lived in that world. The next book on my TBR for this month is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. The next book on my list is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. For obvious reasons, we had that challenge going on, so I've got to read this one by the end of the month. month. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to finish it because of all the reasons that I've already said and because I'm really trying to push myself to write more, but I'm definitely gonna at least try to start it and hopefully I finish it. Alright, well that's it for my October wrap up and my November TBR. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!